Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. The news is coming thick and fast, it would seem, especially since January. New variant ships have been released. We've already had the Python Mark II, and the next new variant, as sneakily announced in the last stream, is the LAKON Type 8. But what's this ship going to be all about? Well, here we've got some additional screenshots that we've been given as part of the Frontier Partner Program. Very much work in progress, and these are artist shots that show the concept of what the ship can potentially look like, all subject to change. First off the bat, it's safe to say, and it has been confirmed by Frontier, this is going to be a medium ship, capable of landing on, you've guessed it, medium pads. So puts it in direct competition with the Type 6, with the Python, all good hauling ships, and the Python Mark I, I'll tell you all about that. Certain things from a design aspect make it look very industrial. Just look at those mandibles each side of the cockpit. Now, they say it looks a bit like some of the ships from Alien. I agree. But also, I think it doesn't look too far away from the front of the Millennium Falcon as well. Especially with the exposed panel access, bits of pipe and other things coming off the panels. Very industrial, very used, very functional in design from my experience of looking at these sort of things. In addition to that, I think we've also got to look at, hey, what other ships can it lend itself from? Look at those engines on the back. What were those little Starfire things called from Babylon 5? Was it the Starfire, Star Spray? Whatever it was. Fire Spray? Anyway, 4 engines at the back. That says speed. That says moving power to me. Something else that also speaks to me from this as well is the Type 6/Type 7 cockpit bolted on the front right in the middle. I think that looks okay. It gives you that sense of evolution. That Type 8 in the middle, so to speak. You know, taking bits from other versions of the ship. I think it looks quite nice, quite aggressive for a hauling craft. Is it as sleek as the Python Mark II? No, it isn't. Anyway, what they also mentioned as well is that this ship is also going to be SCO, which is Super Cruise Overdrive, the new frameshift drives that we've got in-game, tuned. So it's going to be designed from the bottom up, which means it's not going to jiggle about and jitter about too much. It's not going to use too much fuel. It's not going to be so prone to heat when you stick your finger on the boost button, which is great. We've mentioned those 4 engine pods at the back. Cool. So, like we say, those prongs, those mandibles at the front, those Millennium Falcon type protrusions, which on the Millennium Falcon we know are used to grip onto cargo or hold an escape pod, right? Apparently are going to hold the hard points and the weapons. So when you look out of your cockpit, and they say that when you're in the ship for a long period of time, you're looking out the cockpit, you can see your weapons animate. You can see your hard points there doing their funky thing as well. Frontier started off by giving people an awful lot of sort of, and they called it grey box images, which give you the initial concept of this. And in one of those here, you can see weapons firing from around the cockpit area, a little bit similar to what we saw on the crate. Whether that's going to be true or not of the final design, we're yet to see. Like I say, information was really sparse on this. They've given you an idea, they've given us that idea of it. No inclination of when it's coming in game. No inclination of what the other aspects are going to be, but they did allude to the fact that they will be covering this in future episodes of Frontier Unlocked. And I can't really wait for those, to be honest, because this looks cool. This says Aliens, Aliens Dropship, Millennium Falcon, Babylon 5 Space Fighter, and a little bit Battle Beyond the Stars, if you know what I mean, or if you're old enough to know what I mean. Anyway, what do you think of the new LAKON, and we're assuming it's LAKON, Type 8? Do you think it's okay? Will you be flying around in one? Do you think this is a new direction for Frontier and their ships, and they're kind of like, you know, off the lead with designing some of these cool ships? I'd like to know your comments as well. So let me know. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you soon.